Here we go, the 2024 Super Rugby Pacific Grand Final. And it's the Chiefs who kick off, and it is Hoskins Sotutu with the first touch of the ball. Damp ground conditions, and so accuracy and field position going to be all important, and the Chiefs are going to get the first go at it, putting some real pressure on the clearing kick of Harry Plummer.
Well, that's key for the Chiefs, get real deep inside the Blues 22. First opportunity for them now, just outside, to get a strike together.
Well, Tyrone Thompson making his first start of the season in the grand final. And they go to the front, Sammy Penny-Finau. They quickly go one off the ruck. Poihipi, quick ball for Atima, and now Satiti, first touch of the night, he breaks the first tackle. Tackle had to be made in the end by AJ Lamb, but the Chiefs go deep into Blues territory in the opening moments of the final. Sean Stevenson's first touch, floated past, too much on it though. Over the sideline it goes, and the Blues will get a line-out throw.
Didn't need that from Stevenson, particularly in the slippery ball, but Satiti, gee, he had a number of players in front of him, just bust through the young man. Made a really good decision here, Jeff, to hold on to that ball.
Positive start for this Chiefs side, got field position, good accuracy until that last pass, playing with confidence.
Well, the set piece is going to be so important tonight. Sotutu wins the first line. A bit awkward, though, for Christie. And Riccatelli has to go back and take control of it. So Blues inside their own 22. They'll try and work it out and give Harry Plummer a bit of space for a clearing kick. Ready to get up and put some pressure on him. Back it goes to Plummer. Gets a better contact on that one and takes it out beyond the 22.
Yeah, Chiefs feel all right about that. They get another opportunity. But Jeff, I mean, that rain has stopped, but it's still pretty slippery.
Yeah, really slippery. Handling's going to be really challenging, and also that little bit of extra time you take to catch that ball, putting pressure on Plummer. But this is his biggest test to date for Harry Plummer as the playmaker, as the guy with the responsibility. If you look at this Chiefs line-out and the way that they play, they've been very good. Pressure will be on here.
Thompson, picked off at the front by Sotutu. Clarke with the pass away, and it's AJ Lamb. You don't see him kicking very often, but he's got great contact on that. And the ball is back way downfield in the Chiefs 22 for Sean Stevenson. Rifles a long punt down to the opposing 22. Pedal Feta puts it high. Plummer going after it, waiting for it. McKenzie takes it well, gets it away to Stevenson. Fires a pass away, and it's into space. Leonard Brown taking the pass from Poihipi. Over halfway he goes. Quick ball for Atima. Chiefs have started well. Just on their own side of halfway, but certainly getting plenty of the ball in the early stages. Another good strong carry from Satiti. Fast becoming one of the talking points of New Zealand rugby, the young man. Akira Ioane, hands on the ball, penalty.
I'll tell you what, you mentioned it's slippery as the rain comes down again, but you'd think it's dry conditions, the way the Chiefs are counter-attacking. They know that McKenzie will be under pressure from those kicks. Really good decisions, but the accuracy also involved to get the ball away from McKenzie, and then they whip round to the other side. A nice long ball from Stevenson, and then they're into play as well, find some real good space. Here's where the penalty comes, and first opportunity, Jeff, for the Chiefs.
Oh, interesting decision. Like the Chiefs last week, they were prepared to go into the corners early against the Hurricanes, but they recognise that every point in these conditions is critically valuable. So conditions are wet underfoot, his plant foot, but he'll have his studs on. He'll be prepared for that. There's no wind to speak of, so the way Damien McKenzie kicked last weekend in Wellington, you'd expect he'd be confident he'd have the distance.
He's kicked the last 6 in a row, kicked 13 of the last 14. The penalty was actually against Sam Darry for not rolling away. And here's a chance now for Damien McKenzie to put first points on the board in the final. Ball hanging up. Didn't quite have the distance and certainly wasn't quite on target. And so cleared away and a touch. But worth a crack early on. Another line-out throw for the Chiefs. Last one was pinched by Tuipulotu. Thompson coming into the side and, well, finding the target, this time Satiti. Nanai Saturo taking it. Now they go to the forwards. Tupulvai. Satiti. So much made of the Blues' excellent ball-carrying game, but the Chiefs are pretty good too. They won though breaking down. Been swooped on by Ricky Riccatelli. Now Ioane senses some space here for Caleb Clarke. Finds him with the pass. Still going Caleb Clarke, slipping as he gets to the 22, but now the Blues go on to the attack. Christie swings it away. Tuipulotu. His first carry of the night, and he's driven back in a double tackle. But it's there for Christie. Tuipulotu. Now the transfer infield to Riccatelli went forward, and we'll have the first scrum of the night.
Marcel Inata, outstanding work defensively first and foremost, and then acting as the scrum half as he comes back to that ruck. First real opportunity for the Blues to get some space. Here it is here, nice, he's up on McKenzie, turns it over, have a look, he's back on his feet, understands there's no halfback, he gets out there, and the pace and desperation from Satiti, and in the end, just losing the ball forward, that transfer just going forward.
Need to see a hook. Okay.
Just a forward pass there. But every turnover in this sort of game critical. And what about Caleb Clarke, ball in hand? Satiti wasn't able quite to get him, but here, if you look at this and you look at the way the Blues have played all season, they will target this scrum from the Chiefs. They will go heavy here, expecting to have some sort of advantage, and particularly even weight-wise, they're carrying a lot.
Blues with the bigger pack, and they've turned their scrum into a weapon.
Use it.
It collapses, they'll have another go, but already signs of pressure coming from the Blues pack, who have this phenomenal record at scrum time of turning something like 46% of their scrums into penalties.
Been a real weapon, hasn't it? And you see the Chiefs, well, they held it together initially, but it's just that second chunk, Jeff, from this big Blues pack.
Yeah, you can't afford that ball to linger there, and it looked like Thompson just missed the hook, so he had to have another go, which means he took some weight off. And the Blues on that tight head side, Renata, sorry, he got a little bit of momentum there.
See, they're 42% on their own ball, but they've also won penalties off the opposition feed as well, and that's what they're going to try and do here now. Chiefs will want to get it in and out quickly. Another shower starting to drive down at Eden Park. That's a good scrum from the Chiefs. Stevenson, little chip kick ahead, finding some space too, but coming forward, sitting up nicely for Perofeta, gets past Stevenson and offloads it away to Akira Ioane. There for Christie, Tuipulotu, who really has been one of the outstanding players in this Blues team. They're playing advantage. Mark Telia couldn't hold the pass.
Off your feet.
Tupulvai it was who came through.
He just lost his footing there. His Blues
Coming to you, Jordy.
attacking clean-outs actually went past the ball. There's a bit of separation there, went in there and just lost his feet, killed the ball.
Okay, if you can keep that elbow up, give me a
But
good
he didn't
picture.
play the last time these two teams met at Eden Park, and was significant in terms of their work at scrum time. But this is an area, as he kicks for touch, that the Chiefs will want to avoid, because ill discipline will lead the territory. And just watch here, he goes off his feet, goes down straight away. Obvious pick up for Nick Berry. Now, first time defensively that the Chiefs are going to be put under real heat.
A big roar goes up from the crowd. They know how good the Blues have been from line-outs inside the 22. Tuipulotu again is the target. Riccatelli has it in the back.
Stop one. Hey there, no, you come around. Okay. Moving forward now.
Going to try and keep it moving forward here. Now they have to release it. They don't go far away from the ball. AJ Lamb it is, backing in. Now Darry takes over. Good low ball carry from him. The forwards queuing up offside. That one goes against Jimmy Tupou. Chiefs are going to have to be so careful on defence not to give away a penalty.
Forward one offside. It's under your man.
Renata playing under advantage the Blues, and this is where they've been so good. Akira Ioane taking it just 5 from the line. Tuipulotu frees it away. Plummer puts his head down. Stop just a metre from the line. Here's the chance for the Blues to open the scoring. Riccatelli trying to drive himself over. Can't quite make it. Akira Ioane over the ball. Tuipulotu away to his left. Ioane has a go. Referee wants a check. This could be the opening try.
I haven't seen whether he's grounded on the line.
Okay, I'm going to check this because his lunge just got pretty close. I was playing advantage, but on-field decisions are no try because we haven't seen it. Brett.
Yeah, go ahead, Nick.
Coming to you on this, mate. I was playing advantage here. I just want to see if Blue, when he's gone to ground the ball, if he's touched the line or if he's short.
Okay, so you have an on-field no try. We're checking for
On-field
grounding.
no try, didn't get the grounding.
And obviously you're playing advantage for the tackler not rolling.
That's right.
Just checking the grounding. The Blues seem pretty confident. They've gone back to halfway.
Well, it's pretty standard for them to do that. I don't know whether he's got that there before he lost it, Mills. That's the big question.
This is really tight, Nick. Just bear with me.
That's fine.
Okay, so I can confirm that he maintains possession and grounds the ball. I'm just going to make sure it reaches the line.
Sure, thank you.
This one here will tell, and he definitely has control initially. It's whether he gets it to that white chalk.
And that ball is on the line, Nick.
Okay.
So you're going to have to overturn your on-field decision and award the try.
Great, thank you.
Akira Ioane in his last game for the Blues.
I've got that.
Opens the scoring
just check that mark.
in the grand final.
Oh, it's been a big part of their game all season long. Harry Plummer, he puts his head down. The control that they have in this area is vital. And you see Akira Ioane get to the back of the, he ends up back up on his feet. And whilst he takes his time, he understands he's not very far away, just needs to get that ball over that chalk, and that he does.
The Blues doing what they've done all season. And they've been very direct. They've been very good when they've got strong field position, and they strike first in the final. Ill-discipline has given them that opportunity. Harry Plummer has been a step up in 2024.
Well, they are so efficient inside the opposition 22. Plummer strikes it beautifully. That's a great kick in wet conditions, and the Blues have the lead by 7-0. Ball did squirt away, but not before he grounded it on the line. Opening try to the Blues. McKenzie with the restart. Tuipulotu charges back at them and breaking tackles. Great run from the skipper. Well, they survived early pressure, and now the Blues have got their game going. Lamb chopped down. The tackle by Jacobson was high. It's another penalty advantage. Already disciplined, proving a bit of a problem for the Chiefs.
Okay, thank you. Playing advantage, 7 black white tackle.
Penalfeta, chip kick through, plucked out of the air by Sammy Penny-Finau, so they'll come back for the penalty.
Oh, if there's one way to test that knee from big Patrick Tuipulotu, he's taking it up off the kickoff. What a break. And then, as you said, Tony, they just went to work. AJ Lamb found a bit of space, he got a bit of footwork on. And again, that discipline, Jeff, vital.
It's something that the Blues have done so well all season, as they've forced the opposition into giving them territory, and this is how you do it. And an accuracy, and that's something that Luke Jacobson can control, because it's a tackle height. This is the carry, though, for Tuipulotu. Big strides really quickly. Two players lose their footing, but he busts on through, and it's inspiration from the skipper. He came to training on Monday. There's the tackle over the shoulder, across the chin. That's an easy one to pick up.
Knee injury, what knee injury? Bit of confusion at line-out time. Ball into the midfield, and Plummer skidding in to take it. Putting body on the line. Here's Tuipulotu again, another powerful carry. Going through the middle, Ioane. That's Rico Ioane in amongst the forwards. Darry now. Pressure really mounting again on the Blues. Or by the Blues on the Chiefs, and they've given away another penalty.
Are you going quick? Come off. Luke. Listen, the reason why we're having a chat is before the Blues scored that last try. Yeah. I was playing advantages for 2 infringements for offside and a not rolling. So that was 3 over there, and now this one, not supporting his body weight. He's continued to play it off the ground. That's 4 inside the 22 in a short space of time. The next one will go. Yeah, real quick, tell them.
Well, this is a real issue,
Patrick,
for the Chiefs now, but that's being piled on by the amount of attack.
You're having a shot, guys.
And how much the Blues really roll up their sleeves. I mean, that ball on the ground from Harry Plummer, he needs to get to that. He got to it all right. And then the carries from some of their big men, and then complemented also by some of the backs.
Well, the small numbers for the Blues, 1 through 5, have all started strongly in terms of carrying the ball and carrying it strongly. And they've come into this game with a real clear game plan. It's one they've used all season, and they've done it in these conditions perfectly in the first 15 minutes of this game.
Harry Plummer approaching 100 for the season, nails the 3, and the Blues are out to a 10-0 lead after 15 minutes. Now the weather hasn't come to the party, but the fans are loving it. Stephen Pettelfeta wasn't expecting to have to deal with that miscommunication, and so the Chiefs will get a chance here to hit back.
Yeah, just lost sight of it really in between himself, Patrick Tuipulotu.
There is a little bit of breeze starting to swirl around the stadium, and it looked as though it carried a bit further than Patrick Tuipulotu was expecting, but responsibility of the player over the back to keep their eye on the ball. But you expect, if the Chiefs want to just take a bit of confidence out of this Blues team and the crowd, they need to strike back here, whether it be 3, whether it be through 7.
Crouch!
Chiefs inside backs, bunched together. Stevenson on the 10-metre mark. It's a solid enough scrum. Poihipi carts it forward into the tackle of Plummer. Ratima wants quick ball. Good carry from Tupolvai. Now Thompson. Satiti waiting for it. Renata made the tackle. Ratima will take it back to the left, and Thompson again. Well, they certainly have some power added to their game with the inclusion of Tyrone Thompson, and now the Chiefs have a penalty, and it's very kickable.
No problems with you. Two's effective to clean
Patrick
out.
Tuipulotu got over the ball. It was just Riccatelli.
Shot. Guys, they're taking a shot.
So, a shot here. I mean, this really, for the Chiefs, to try and get some of that momentum. But there is Riccatelli, and that's why Ross he missed that hit.
Certainly think this is really important, you know, in regards to the Chiefs just themselves settling in. And it was that support player, like you say, Ross, that wasn't able to affect the clean out. But these are the sort of conditions you just have to go to work.
McKenzie gets the Chiefs on the board. 10-3 at Eden Park. Taking advantage of the error at kickoff from the Blues. Much needed points just to stem the Blues flow. Feta drives it down into the 22 and all allowed to bounce by Amoni Narua. He tried to convince the AR that it had gone out on the fall, but clearly bouncing just inside the line.
You got to come in. Hang on. I want to give them a chance to mark up. So it's 4-man or... Okay, 4-man.
It was close. Yeah, Thompson lobs it down the back, not straight, but...
Put that on the outside shoulder.
Yeah, no, it's a scrum. Well, that's the difficulty. First start of the season, he's had 6 off the bench, but he hasn't played more than 24 minutes in any game.
Yeah, and the hard part is the Blues are covering that middle. So they're trying to actually go to the back, get some variation of the accuracy, especially for someone that hasn't played. First start of this year for Thompson, not hitting the mark.
Yeah, it's a tough call for a hooker coming in to go to the back with a little bit of breeze floating around, and it was in the air a long time, and so the chance to move. So I think there's only one direction we know the Blues are going here. It's forward, and they'll first have a crack at scrum time, and then they'll be really direct. And Caleb Clarke sitting inside Plummer. They'll punch with AJ Lamb, who's been very good with ball in hand.
Pressure goes back on the Chiefs' defence, and remember they're on a warning too. Blues trying to power up the scrum, can't really do so. They give it straight to Clarke. McKenzie stood his ground, but it's there for Finlay Christie. Tuipulotu, a strong carry from him. Clarke stayed in contact, and they get the penalty advantage.
Just confirm that number.
Ioane, he's asked for a number. This could be a yellow card coming up here. Ioane takes it to ground. Christie Scragg as he tries to get it away. It's picked up by Ioane now. Gives it to his brother. Bundled out of the corner. They keep it alive. Caleb Clarke's over the line.
Come off. Say that.
Is this another try for the Blues?
Grounding, but he's never in touch when they've offloaded it. So if you've seen a grounding, they've got an on-field try.
Okay, you want to? We'll sweep this up. All right, that was pretty tight. Brett.
Yep, go ahead, Nick.
Coming to you, mate. We do have a grounding, so we've got an on-field decision to try. Obviously, just want to check touch, and I was playing advantage for another black infringement.
Okay, so on-field try. We're checking for touch and grounding.
Thanks.
This is remarkable.
And Murph, just confirm that number again.
I can confirm the number was number 9, not
Number
6.
9. Yeah, thought so. Thank you.
It's the Ioane brothers, really, the skill set here. Man, that was magic.
Okay, so the first player releases the ball before in touch. I'm going to get another camera angle on that one to check whether he's in touch. I'll just play this through to grounding. And we have the ball on the ground there, so I'm just going to go through reverse camera and have a look whether the second player's in touch.
I think it's more a case of whether Akira Ioane is in touch when he releases it.
It looks as though he might get that out of his hands
and
before he hits the ground.
Does remain in the field of play before getting rid of the ball, so you can award the try, mate.
Okay, and everything leading up to that's all good. We're okay.
Yep, all clear.
Okay.
Try it is. Scored by Caleb Clarke, but made by the Ioane brothers. How they kept that ball in play, quite remarkable. The Blues have their second try. Once again, the way they are able to turn visits to the 22 into points. few cowbells to contend with for Harry Plummer. Struck the first one beautifully from a similar angle. That's pretty good too. Oh, he's on fire at the moment, Harry Plummer. And the Blues are out to 17-3.
Oh, how good are these two? All House Money says everything about this. He goes out, even his brother keeps it back in. What a try.
Yeah, beautifully done. And the Chiefs in complete control of this Super Rugby final on the back of inaccuracy from the Chiefs.
And they've taken the kickoff quickly and they've kicked it to Tuipulotu. And again, he charges into the heart of their forward pack. Inspirational, just to get himself on the field after an injury that many people thought would have him out of the game for 5 to 6 weeks. Finley Christie will kick. Talia will chase. Stevenson will come forward, and he's got it. The Blues have numbers there. Ratima. Once again, Chiefs finding themselves having to hit back. McKenzie floating a high one. Plummer coming forward, takes it well, under pressure from Anton Leonard-Brown. Out the back door, the pass from Ioane to Perofeta. Riccatelli round the fringe. Trying to get over the ball was Jacobson, but it's there again for Christie. Satutu, Lamb drops it, but left it behind him, no knock on. So it's still with the Blues. 23 minutes gone. Blues out to a 17-3 lead in the final. Christie again goes high. Stevenson again takes it and offloads it nicely to McKenzie. Off he goes. Well, he's the man they'll look to spark something from broken play. He's got them on the front foot. Stevenson, the pass away to Satiti, but they were quickly up on him. It was Rico Ioane, good defence from the Blues centre. McKenzie now. Samipeni Finau lengthening stride as he goes into contact on the 10. Now Ross, little juggle, but took it securely. McKenzie, short ball away, Satiti.
That's fine, not
they didn't hold him, he bounced out of the tackle of Tuipulotu, and look at the metres after contact. Ratima snatches it away, McKenzie. Stevenson up in the line, Leonard-Brown, here's a chance for the Chiefs now. Inside the 22 they go. Jacobson gets through the first. Good strong carry. Now the Chiefs building pressure. Ratima takes it away to the right. Jacobson is there. Just 5 from the line. Christie goes in bravely, gets hands on the ball and wins a penalty.
Straight to ground. Nine's entitled to reach over. He's showing a clear left. Black Nine's
really brave
straight to
there.
ground. Blues entitled to
Finlay
come
Christie, because there were some big boys in front of the bit of a separation. He reached over the top, had good body position, earns himself a penalty.
Two things, strong defence from the Blues, but also discipline not to give away a penalty, and they waited for their opportunity, and it was Finlay Christie who recognised there was enough space. The clean out went straight to ground, he came over the top. They get a relieving penalty, but nice work from the Chiefs. You can see exactly how dangerous they can be with an opportunity.
So it'll be a Blues line out.
Yeah, that's fine. Just keep coming,
35 from their own line.
Okay, you come up.
All season they've favoured the ball either at the front or the middle, and it's a night for that as well. We've already seen the Chiefs get into a little bit of trouble throwing long.
Okay, come in. No, they're fine.
Sam Dowery with the ball again. It's Satutu. Again, it's that money ball towards the front.
Okay, get ready to use it. Stay there. He's broken the seam. He's okay. Ball's out.
Well, he was going to kick, I think, but then got the call from Ioane.
Stay there, Block.
Now, this time,
That'll do now. Stay there. Use it, please.
whether to put it high or get it downfield. They go high. In fact, it's a long one. Down to Stevenson. Awkward. Oh, just lost his footing.
Doesn't matter, he's in front.
And that's a great gain for the Blues.
Oh, such an awkward one to catch. It was wobbly.
I'm going to play that as a scrum. Your closest guy's 40 metres away.
This is where the
That's a
Blues
reaction thing. Let's play
are
the
really
scrum.
good, aren't they? I think not to try and get sucked into that expansive play, get themselves down the other side of the field and let the Chiefs make their mistakes.
And there's the flow of the game. As you said now, the Chiefs have had some responsibilities, but they've missed 11 tackles. And you're right, Mills, the Blues starting to play a little bit in their own half when they don't really need to. They're in control on the scoreboard. All the pressure's back on the Chiefs, and the conditions are tough to play. So now, just watch once again. They've been so good with their game plan. How do the Chiefs counter this Blues attack?
Well, I don't know about you watching at home, but it feels like the first half hour of this game is absolutely flowing. Another chance for the Blues to launch.
Okay, use it!
Satutu takes it off the back. Lamb, little loop around from Satutu. Pedal Feta chopped down on the tackle. It was a good one from Eteni Nanai Seturo. Akira Ioane getting his hands on the ball plenty of times in this first half. Riccatelli, good leg drive from him. Tuipulotu queuing up.
Out!
Again, it's the metres after contact for the Blues. It's been one of the cornerstones of their game. Satutu a little wider from the ruck this time, the Blues. They'll keep working it down the short side. Little dab from Finlay Christie. Akira Ioane away to captain Tuipulotu. And again, the Blues relentlessly marching on inside the 22. Keep plunging it down that short side through Akira Ioane. Now to the open, and Riccatelli moving towards the line. 1-2 metres at a time. Akira Ioane this time with a bit of momentum. But he got hands on it, but then lost his footing. Oh, good steal though from Luke Jacobson.
Ball's exposed, 7 blacks in title.
Well, they were coming under immense pressure, and that's great work from the Chiefs skipper, Luke Jacobson, and they relieved the pressure.
Really good decision too. They're not out of trouble yet from Luke Jacobson. Tuipulotu has a crack. He can't get it. There it is there. Jacobson wins it back.
Still a Blues throw. You can see Dalton Papali'i trotting away into the back line. Darry, quick ball off the top, high pass to Lamb. He's played so much of his rugby on the wing. He's done really well in that 12 jersey. Now Caleb Clarke starts to wind up. Allow him any space and you could pay for it. Riccatelli.
Stay there, Black, stay there. No, don't reach over.
Inside the 22 they go again. Satutu driven back in the tackle, but they still scramble it away to Tuipulotu. Now Tuipulotu just getting on the other side of the tackler pretty much every time. Tuipulotu
Last beat.
quickly moving up, trying to close them down. Tuipulotu peels away to the right. There he is.
Missed it!
Christie has a look back towards the left. Riccatelli is there, building the phases. Patience has been another key to their game. Tilia. Renata now, the pass from Riccatelli. Caleb Clarke wanted to move it forward, he's lost it. So again, you have to give a big tick there to the Chiefs defence.
Yeah, it held them out, and where the department that the Blues have been so good at. Got underneath Caleb Clarke, really narrowed their defence line, particularly from 1, 2 and 3 outside the ruck, have the Chiefs.
And just going to business once again, and Clarke just rushing that carry just a little bit. Boy, Hippie and Leonard Brown in the thick of the action there, going to work defensively, just helping the forwards out because they're having to go through a power of work. You know, it's not pretty from the Blues, but in these conditions and the way they've had success,
Just keep that break for
Bills, the pressure's still well and truly on them. They've got to find something in this last 8 minutes. They can't afford to concede any more points before half-time.
And zapped up a lot of their energy as well. They've had to consume a lot of tackles. And the work rate sort of around the corner. The Blues seem well and truly in control when they're actually carrying, albeit but just a little bit impatient in those little wee moments. But that's pressure rugby for you.
Coach! Fine!
Chiefs scrum has been good on their own ball. They can clear it away to Puihepi, but tackle the 9 and 10 combination, Christie and Plummer. Good tackle from the back, it goes to McKenzie though, and the Blues will have a line out, probably about 30 metres, maybe 28 from the line.
When your 9s and 10s are delivering that sort of defence, you know exactly your team's on song. Outstanding work from those two right there for the Blues.
Well, we know Christie fearless like a lot of halfbacks, but Harry Plummer on defence this year has been good. Well, now it's ball in hand, Plummer. And it goes again to Lamb, using him on the crash ball to get them on the front foot. Ioane, who's had a big first half. A try and an assist. Tuipulotu. And once again, the Chiefs have to go into defensive mode. Riccatelli, well, they go past him to Darry. Well, their carrying is just so effective. Telia, willingness of the wings to get involved as well. Tuipulotu, Christie, now Rico Ioane. Telia again, it's time stepping. Renata, it's just relentless. Plummer now accelerating, driving ahead in the tackle of Nanua. Ball bouncing away though from Patrick Tuipulotu. Well, again, repeat phases from the Blues, but the Chiefs, well, they're holding, they're standing their ground, and so far have prevented the Blues from building on this lead.
Let's try and speed these drums up.
Gee.
Let's try and speed these
Couple of
drums up.
mistakes
30
there.
seconds, Mark, mate.
From the Blues. The Chiefs really need to get out of their own 22. They're trying to get a deep kick in there, and they've consumed a lot of tackles.
Time off, guys, sorry, time off.
Just a break here. Just keep an eye on whether who's getting some treatment. Looks as though it's one of the Chiefs players. Jacobson, the man down, an element of relief for them. Big deep breath. You can see them taking it in because you say, I think they're trying to think about 4.5 minutes surviving, getting through to half-time, Mills.
Yeah, I feel that when I'm getting to 2-5 now, I'll get too many guys because they're all coming around to play off the night.
Join us for
I'm like losing the ball.
the aftermath Sunday on the breakdown with Kirsty, but of course we've got a special coming up. The All Blacks first team of the year will be named in the aftermath of this final. He's the man who'll lead them. That's coming up after breakdown.
There was one back here, I couldn't quite tell.
And then on Monday, the breakdown special. The All Black announcement live at 5:30, Sky Sport 1. I think Patrick Tuipulotu's already done enough to prove that he'll be okay. Incredible, really. worrying sign here for the Chiefs is that they have spent 41% of this game inside their own 22.
Look at the possession, 70% to the Blues territory, as you mentioned. And even now, what do they go to? Because whilst you relieve a little bit of that, the Blues are going to come back and absolutely pile it back on.
Crouch!
Well, even if they're not scoring points,
Five!
part of their game this year has just been about wearing the opposition down through this relentless physical pressure. Are they brave enough to try and break out? Nice kick from McKenzie, or maybe just a bit too much on it. Pedal Feta runs it back with purpose, and here they come again. Tuipulotu. Now Tuipulotu out the back door, Plummer running onto it and firing a beauty away. Oh no, just dropping. When it left the hand, it looked like a good pass, but it just fell in front of Ioane.
Yeah, just forced it, didn't they? I mean, this is the part that the Chiefs, they had to risk it by going a little bit wide. As they've come back, it's almost, there's a little bit of panic there, considering the inaccuracy that they've got down that sort of 5 metres out from the Blues. Just said to the Chiefs are starting to lift things down.
Well, it's one of the things about the Blues game that the Chiefs will have to deal with. They condense the game through their forward power. They drag everyone into the middle of the field, but then you get a situation like that where a dangerous runner like Ioane in a lot of space, if the pass had stuck, Chiefs would have been in trouble, but again, they survive.
You're 100% right, TJ, in regards to getting that momentum through the middle of the park. Moninarawa felt as though he needed to stay condensed in case they tried to punch away. That ball gone to hand would have been nicely open for the Blues going forward.
3 minutes to go first half. Chiefs desperate not to concede any more points and maybe get something back. McKenzie, they're going to have a go, and a lovely ball away to Nanai Seturo. The kick ahead though, out on the full. It's a shocker. That one has gone over the hoardings on the full. Well, they opened it up, but they just couldn't take advantage.
Well, they needed to. This will show a brilliant picture, just enough depth to get on the outside of Talia. And there was definitely space on that outside, but as you're kind of running, you needed to try and get square.
Well, a kick and play, and the alarm bells would have been going off for the Blues. Stevenson was ready to give chase, but it just slid off. It's normally such a reliable left boot, that one. That's back with Riccatelli. Darry again. The early throws were going the way of Tuipulotu. Darry now proving a good source of line-out ball. Christie. Here's Ioane again. How many times has he had ball in hand in the first half? Darry slipping the tackler, gets it away to Renata. Now Tuipulotu down to the 22, he goes. Renata again. Carrying with real power. Tuipulotu. Referee's playing advantage. Now picking it up and trying to go through the middle was Rico Ioane. Just couldn't quite connect with the offload. It's another penalty.
Captain. So it was 14 minutes when you first got the warning. You've given away another. Yeah, you've been pretty good since then. But there was an offside, and then 8's taken a Blue player off the ball. You're back on the warning. Another penalty again. He's going.
Well, I reckon that's great refereeing.
That warning was.
Couldn't agree more, TJ. Absolutely. In fact, it would have been unfair to penalise the Chiefs for a penalty when there's been a long gap in between. Nick Berry's handled that very, very well. And into conditions, Mills, and you think about this, you know, the Chiefs have really cleaned it up, but this is a punch, and what do they do here? Big decision.
Okay, guys, they're going to take a shot.
Taking the shot at goal. The right one, Mills?
I think so. I think you do. You just keep piling the points on. Yeah, the Chiefs look all out to it. Let's be nice and patient about this. This is a final good decision from Patrick Tuipulotu.
Okay, at 39.50 is your time, all right? I'll give you a 20-second warning.
Well, the target was Mark Talia, and he wasn't getting anywhere near that ball.
You get the sense if you're the Chiefs, you'll almost live with 20-3 after all of this tackling, after all of this defence that you've had to make in the last 8 to 9 minutes in your half. Plummer's been outstanding in this first 40 for the Blues.
2 conversions and a penalty. And he brings up 100 for the season in the final and stretches the Blues lead to 20 points to 3. There'll be time for a restart. Chiefs go short, and it works for them too. Vai, that was a beautifully judged kick, beautifully executed kick by Damian McKenzie. Can they get something back? If they could get some points before half-time, they'd go off with a bit of a spring in their step.
They slipped into that. 2 out now.
McKenzie away to Vai. Tupou had to go low for that. They've looked dangerous when they've got it wide. Stevenson, Satiti. Put on the ground a combination of Clarke and Satiti. Thompson. Again, good strength in the carry. Trying to go through the middle was Narawa. They can get him into the game. Anything could happen. Carry from Vai. Ratima, well, the way was blocked, so he found Stevenson. Trying to glide his way through traffic. Jacobson out the back door to McKenzie. This is promising. Nanai Seturo put on the ground just short of the 22. Again, willing to move the ball through hands.
Leave it!
Papali'i had a go at it, but it's still there for Ratima. Thompson takes it into the 22. Tupou, Papali'i went into contest, got cleaned off the ball, but it's come back on the blue side. Derry puts it into touch. Big roar from the crowd, and the Blues go to half-time with a 20 points to 3 lead in the grand final. Super Rugby Pacific 2024. Well, if the weight of history was already against the Chiefs, more so now. No team has ever come from more than 7 points down at half-time to win a Super Rugby final. That's the task they face. Not 7 down, they're 17. No changes at half-time. Blues have just been so ruthlessly efficient. Certainly Mills Muliaina, there have been signs that the Chiefs can make something of it, but they're going to have to turn things around pretty smartly.
Yeah, they do really need that possession territory to come back, but also that unstructured play, give themselves a bit of rhythm. At the moment, the Blues are in real control.
Well, we've had a fantastic halftime show. Laser lights, fireworks. What does the rest of the evening have in store? 40 minutes to play in the final as the Blues kick off the second half. Caleb Clarke so close to gathering that in.
First one by Blues, second
Couple
one
of
by
knock-ons. It'll be a Chiefs scrum.
Inside the 22 BC.
Well, he's annoyed with himself. It's something he has done so well all year.
I don't think there was anyone in front of him. He collects this and he's gone. Narawa might have been there to cover.
Yes, we are.
Gee.
There's the mark, guys. We're inside, okay?
I agree, Mills. I don't think Narawa would have been able to recover, and if he'd landed that in full flight, he would have been gone. And it has been an aspect of his game all season, so very, very good for Caleb Clarke. But all attention now. David Hill talked about a little bit of a breeze in his right, just a little bit in behind them. So whether or not it's so important they get territory early on, that's what the Blues used to control this game in the first 40.
Now the smoke from the half-time fireworks hanging in the damp conditions here at Eden Park. Damian McKenzie not looking for touch, or certainly finding Stephen Perofeta at the back. And gets through the first tackle again. Up over halfway he goes.
7 out now.
And so the Blues have the ball. Tuipulotu, how he's done what he's done. It's quite remarkable, showing absolutely no signs of that injury.
I think he's won that and then knocked it off.
It is, isn't it? I mean, inspirational in terms of him being out there, but his presence and also his game tonight. So far, so good. Few changes, Jeff.
Well, first one very early in the second half, and it's Offa Tuangafasi who's getting replaced. Surprised to see him so early. Joshua Fusiatua going on, who's been really, really good. Just looks as though he's a bit uncomfortable in some way. Offa, but look, he'll get a nice hand. He's been really, really good for the Blues through the course of his seasons. There it is, just number 2. And behind the great Kevin Mialamu, there's some wonderful names on that list, and he's been very good in 2024.
Yeah, he looked to be labouring just towards the end of the first half. They got him out there to start the second, but he looks like he's no good. So Joshua Fusiatua takes his place in the scrum. I'd say the Chiefs have stood up so far pretty well. Blues look to dominate through the scrum. Really haven't been able to do it to the extent that they have in other games, Mills.
No, they haven't, have they? I mean, this is a real area that you would have thought.
Right, we'll just shuffle this across here.
But the Chiefs have been good.
And there is the face of the man they call Sternvern. 28 minutes away from smile time. That concern in the Chiefs box. Got his former protege, Ross Filippo, on the right of your screen.
Crouch! Fine! Set!
The Blues trying to force the issue, but they can't.
Hold, stay on.
Front rows go down. Tudu gets it away. Switch of play. Pedal Feta, the kick out to the wing of Clarke. He's got it. Puts the kick ahead, sliding into touch though. Nice little switch of play, and once again, the Chiefs have to double back deep into their own territory.
Nice variation here. Pedal Feta partially charged down.
Thompson. Taken by Vai. Damien McKenzie. Trying to get the ball out of their half. He was clobbered as he got the kick away. Here's Stephen Pedal-Feta. He'll put it high. And it's Plummer who'll chase. Coming forward, McKenzie takes it nicely. Skips away from Plummer. Then gets the pass away to Anton Leonard-Brown. Really hasn't had too many chances to run at the defence in this game. McKenzie looking for an angle, but finds Stephen Pedal-Feta instead. Kick charged. It was Thompson, but all cleverly done by Plummer at the back. Flicked it up to Talia, and off he goes. And a penalty.
You got to release him. 14 can't place the ball. 2, you got to release him on the ground.
Well, Thompson did so well to get up and put the pressure on, but he's the man who's conceded the penalty.
Excellent work earlier on from Thompson. Just held the man underneath. Couldn't release that ball. But you see what the Chiefs are trying to do. They're trying to get down the other end of the park, even if the ball stays in, and allow the Blues to kick back and then try and get to that unstructured sort of play.
Well, it's nice to have a player in the class of Stephen Pedal-Feta to be that guy. If you look at the way that he plays the game, he's just so balanced. He's got the skill set. Early in the season, you would have predicted him to be at 10 with the injury to Zahn Sullivan. He's had to step up, return from injury at fullback, and he's very composed and under control right now.
Stay out, please. Take 2 metres. Thank you.
Darry with the call. Tuipulotu goes high.
That's fine. Yeah. Ball's been transferred.
They've got good momentum going here. Jacobson,
And then 6.
referee, has actually got Sammy Finau here for an incorrect injury. The Blues march on. Tuipulotu. Renata trying to make another metre, digging it out. Is Finley Christie. Lamb waiting for it, picks it up nicely on the bounce, tries to thread a kick through.
Come back. 7, you're good. 6 has gone in the side after.
Now they're on thin ice with the referee.
6 black side entry.
Warned them a couple of times in the first half.
No, as soon as Luke engages, we got a ball carry plus 1 from each side. That's a maul. You can't come around then.
Well, penalties were a big issue
I'll go time off.
in the earlier game. I think 13-7 the count in favour of the Blues, who won the match 31-70. Tuipulotu finally receiving some attention for something.
I'm on the mark here, BC.
Just a little bit of treatment actually on his left ankle.
Yeah.
And they're going to do the classic strap it around the boot just to give it a little bit of support. But just keep an eye, Tuipulotu going to ground. He enters his left ankle there, he rolls under, but you get the sense it's going to take a lot for him to come off in this game. He's put everything on the line. Fern caught it. The conversation, he couldn't believe it on Monday when he came to training. They asked the question, how are you feeling? He said, I want to give it a go. Let me get prepared. And the medical staff, they felt as though he could get out there and make an impact, and he's putting it out there.
Okay, guys.
Such an inspirational leader.
But I think too, Jeff Mills, this has been his best season because he's just been so consistent. Week in, week out, he has led from the front, and now, well, it's too early to talk about knockout blows. We're only 7 minutes into the second half.
Wait till they come down,
but if the Blues can score here, the Chiefs would have, well, not just a mountain to climb, a mountain range. Tuipulotu puts his hand up for it. Riccatelli has it in the back.
Blue down. Okay, play
Taken down by the Blues.
Blue down on far side.
Referee Nick Berry, so peeling away Riccatelli. Sotutu. Here they go again. Riccatelli. You can see Caleb Clarke right in the middle. He has a go.
Playing advantage.
Renata just short of the line. Referee's playing advantage. Fusitua, he can't make it. Now they release it. Plummer gets the ball away. A good tackle on Perofeta, and it's intercepted by Anton Leonard-Brown, but they'll come back for the penalty.
Yep. All black. Offside. Luke, you're on that warning now. Tell them, next one goes.
Well, for the third time in the game, they're on a warning.
4 black, offside.
They've tested his patience.
I just spoke on the next one goes, Patrick.
So they should have as well, because the Blues are mounting some pressure. They'll go to the corner again. Look at that, 3 already conceded from the Chiefs in the second half.
Yeah, and this is the knockout blow, I think, Mills. They're looking for. They've got all the momentum. They're going to go to the sideline once again. Riccatelli. He will be looking to score one of the many tries they've done at more time.
Okay.
Plummer puts it into the corner.
Don't crowd the gap and stand next to him, okay?
Well, if the Chiefs are to be any chance in the final, you have to think they've got to stand up here. Might not be a knockout blow, but they'll be on the canvas.
It's up
As
5.
Gary brings it down.
Okay, still moving forward.
Try and move it forward.
Black.
Not going anywhere.
Black 3
Oh, referee has the arm out. I think George Dyer's in trouble here. Riccatelli.
Your penalty advantage side.
They'll just keep hammering away. Ioane rather calmly has a look at the line, sizes it up. Renata, Clarke, and they're trying to drive him over. Riccatelli. Tackle made by Sotutu, by Satiti, and Sotutu driving over the line. Held up. And here it comes inevitably.
1. You're offside. 1 black off the road.
In fact, it's Aidan Ross, it's the other prop.
The ball's held up.
Oh no, it is George. Well, hello, that's...
All right. Scrum.
So that's George Dyer leaving the field.
Yeah.
All over the 5 there.
No, I think they've caught it, then it's been pushed
Later
into the
Ross.
5. But the problem was number 3 over there has collapsed it, and then number 1's offside as well.
themselves.
6 black. 6.
I reckon this is a good opportunity for the Blues to go for a scrum. Jeff, what do you reckon?
Thanks, mate.
Well, yeah, you'd think so. Like you say, there's George Dyer. I think there was both props are under a penalty advantage. So one of them had to go, and so Sammy Penny is going to go off while Ruben O'Neill goes on to steady the ship. And look, Dyer's really hung in there. He stayed in the battle, been great at scrum time, but just the weight of pressure and work that the forward pack of the Blues are doing. So now they've gone for the scrum, and they'll be looking to really screw it down. Poi Hippie has gone onto the side of the scrum, which means there are opportunities to punch either side. 10 minutes is going to be a long time for the Chiefs.
Crouch!
Well, they've held up really well at scrum time tonight.
9. 6.
This could be asking too much. Front rows have gone down. It's another penalty advantage. So Tutu gets it away on the short side, and Clarke is in. Huge moment in the game. Caleb Clarke has his second in the final. Well, his father was a winner all those years ago, and now the try that puts great distance on this lead.
So Tutu's key here. Have a look at Christie. He goes to the open side, but as he picks up, he takes out Ratama. And so really Narawa has to make a decision. He pulls out the last minute, but the momentum from Caleb Clarke gets him over the line.
And the momentum in those slippery conditions, and just the weight of possession and territory.
Yeah, okay.
Impressive from the Blues, and now
Hey, Jordy,
a player
just
down. 25-3 on the scoreboard. The Chiefs, they are desperate in the second half, but the Blues have been on a mission, and it's been domination in the Super Rugby final.
Plummer converts.
Say that again. Oh, yeah.
27-3.
Yeah, take a look at this. I mean, even Harry Plummer there shows his face, so Narawa has to make a decision. And the variation, how good is that? Having someone that's explosive like Clarke.
Well, the margin now out to 24 points. Tuipulotu just keeps putting his hand up for the ball, keeps making meters.
Okay, use it, please. No, it's not out. Take a step, please.
Christie's going to go high. Stevenson comes forward. Well, the Chiefs now playing for pride. Hard to see them coming back to win the game. Now they've lost the ball. So really the last half an hour, Mills, is just about restoring or keeping some dignity.
Yeah, absolutely. And look how pumped the Blues are. They can sense it.
Profits come on, as is Quintabai. We've seen that changes.
Yeah, okay.
The Chiefs rolling them out there now. We've got the sense when the conditions changed late this afternoon here in Auckland that the game plan changed for the Chiefs. It was always going to be difficult. Played into the hands of this Blues team, but they've still executed it perfectly. The Chiefs knew what was coming. They just haven't been able to counter it. And when you dominate possession and territory, look at that. It's one-sided, and that's why the scoreboard right now reads 27-3.
Two-thirds of the ball for the Blues, two-thirds of the game played inside the Chiefs' half.
6, 7, 8,
there's still 26 minutes to play.
It's going across, use it.
The referee says you got to use it, so Christie does. Away to Lamb, who's just done his role so well. Christie trying to clear it away. Good work from Narawa.
Yeah, release, tackler, he's got his knees to ground.
Just impeded him as he got the ball away. Well, it looked like it might have rolled forward, but the referee says play on. Tuipulotu again. He's been captain fantastic tonight. Now, Tutu tries a little kick, bounces up for Papali'i. Everything now is falling for the Blues. Charging onto it, Akira Ioane. Penalty.
Who's good there? Six gonna release that.
Thompson. He's done a lot of good things in this game.
He has, hasn't he? And in particular on that occasion, Ioane came in a really nice out-turn line. Had to muscle up a bit. He used to got a bit of assistance, but then stayed right on the ball.
Of course, no Samasoni Taukiaho. Bradley Slater pulling out late in the piece. That's great hands.
Hold the line.
A wet ball there from Papali'i. Millennium Sanarivi is the man who's come into the Chiefs match day 23. Young man from College Rifles Club here. He's been part of the wider training group. Thompson, they'll be looking for him to go deep. Awkward. Coming off the feet of Ratima. They're ricocheting away for the Blues. Lamb trying to get past the tackle of Jacobson.
No, you're good. Something over there.
The referee's playing advantage now. Akira Ioane tries to put a kick through. Stevenson gets rid of it in a hurry as his old Auckland Grammar teammate comes at him. And they'll go back for the penalty.
They're just turning the screws.
Five black.
Keeping control of that. There's desperation trying to get that ball back from the Chiefs, which is now turning into penalties.
Okay, thanks, mate.
Big change coming up here for the Blues, and I imagine he's going to get a rousing round of applause. And it's not for the man coming on, Josh Beer. It's going to be for the skipper, Patrick Tuipulotu. What a remarkable effort. Everyone thinking he wasn't going to be part of this final. But he's done everything he possibly could to get himself out there. And he's led by example. He's desperate to bring a title to the Blues franchise. Okay. Here it comes, the change is made.
Yeah, you're skipped.
On comes Josh Berry. What a performance. What an inspirational performance from Patrick Tuipulotu. Listen to the crowd. They rise to salute the captain. You just feel the tension's gone out of the crowd now. They're enjoying every minute of this. Chiefs, though, they'll keep plugging away.
Okay, tackle,
keep fighting. Satiti to Ratima, McKenzie. And they've just got to get the ball out of their own territory. Chiefs now have had to make over 130 tackles in this game. Missed 19, but it's just the wearing down process of having to do all that defence, and now they're going to have to do some more. Oh, a lovely angled run from AJ Lamb, breaking tackles and then driving ahead. Ross, in fact, it was trying to hang on to him there was Ruben O'Neill. Now Perofeta, taken just short of the 22. Steaming onto it, Akira Ioane. What a game he's had. Talia, referee playing advantage. They were offside. Blues starting to generate some really good quick ruck ball here too.
Don't dump me like that, Nine.
Despite the conditions, their handling has been excellent. Berry will clap of the hands, saying, I want it. Riccatelli. So many tough meters in this game. Pedal Feta now straightening. He's going in a bit upright. He'd been trying to rip it away from him. Well, they've got it to ground. It was a turnover, so they'll go back for the penalty, and it's against Damian McKenzie.
Really smart here, Finlay Christie. Because the speed of the ruck was quite quick. He sensed when he looked over to his right-hand side, there's a couple of Chiefs players just getting up off their feet. Good opportunity to milk a penalty, and the control is absolutely there from this Blues pack.
You can see there things have mounted up. They're not showing very much gratitude for a team that they kind of owe for being here. Remember the Chiefs beating the Hurricanes, the top qualifiers, and that meant the final at Eden Park. Again, another similarity with that first final back in 1996 when the Reds topped the table. They were beaten by the fourth qualifiers, the Sharks, and we came here to Eden Park. Wallace Satiti, his night is over.
Multiple changes for the Chiefs as well. Selby Ricketts on, as is Daniel Rona, as well as Parker.
Akira Ioane. They set it for another drive at the line. Riccatelli has it. They go to ground. Referees playing advantage. Tilia is there. Oh, they can have a real go here now.
17 black for
Fusitua. Riccatelli waiting for it. Ioane wants it, gets it. Trying to take it away from him, but no avail. Good hands there from Renata to move it on to Satutu. Remember, he stands to set a new record for the Blues. Pedal Feta, lovely change of angle for him. Christie wants it quick. They get it wide. Hat-trick! Hat-trick for Caleb Clarke.
Tempo, physicality, and the accuracy at the end from the Blues, outstanding. There's a bit of variation there too. Love the work from Harry Plummer, and particularly Stephen Pedal-Feta. Here it is, just goes out the back door from Ioane. Pedal-Feta takes it. Have a look at the speed of the ruck here. And Finlay Christie's experience to go over the top, to put Caleb Clarke in for his third. Amazing.
That's a wonderful pass that there. Right on the money, and Clarke has had a night to remember. A hat-trick in a Super Rugby final. It's on the back of the domination that continued the work up front, condensed the defence. The Chiefs could do nothing, and the Blues score again, and they are destined to lift the Super Rugby Pacific trophy.
10 tries now for the season, 3 of them coming in the final. He's been prepared to roll up his sleeves, get in amongst the forwards and do the mahi. That time, that pass from Finlay Christie was money. Plummer, oh, he just keeps nailing them one after the other.
There's the finish from Clarke. Wonderful work. Chiefs make the change. Tyrone Thompson, who's been courageous, makes way for Millennium Sanalivi. Big moment and debut in Super Rugby in a final.
34-3. Well, the dream's already been shattered, turning into a bit of a nightmare for the Chiefs, who did so brilliantly to make it to the decider. I'll say it again, the Blues effectively brutal. brutally effective. Darry. Lamb again, he's had a tremendous match. Change of role for him this year. But he's done exactly what Vern Cotter has asked of him. Funaki hoists it high, coming forward, taking it brilliantly was Daniel Rona. McKenzie sends it on Nanai Seturo. There's Tuipulotu. They just haven't been able to get their game breakers into the game here. A rare advantage going the way of the Chiefs here. Rowe. There was a little knock on there. So they'll come back for the penalty.
And I'm not going to let you go quick.
They haven't been allowed to get their game breakers into the game, have they? Just off the way that the Blues have controlled the game, their support play. Now the Chiefs get an opportunity. A bit of pride, really.
Yeah, Jared Prophet wasn't too good there in terms of his balance, so they'll have a look at him. There might be just a slight delay. Massive weekend coming up. Breakdown tomorrow night, breakdown special, TJ. The All Blacks first team under Scott Robertson.
Okay, thank you for that, BC.
Well, you'd have to think they probably had their team pretty much in.
Okay,
Have you guys seen anything in this final to change the thinking?
Oh, I just think you're right.
He's actually hit one of your players.
95% had their team chosen. It's really, I mean, look at this one.
Well, that's who they'll be playing, England. Here's the QR code. First test in Dunedin, the second here at Eden Park. 6th and 13th of July.
Subs-wise, okay. Yeah, sure. Okay, who's
They probably have to think score a hat-trick in a Super Rugby final. And he's been very busy, and he's gone to work. There looks as though Jared Prophet's going to go for an HIA, but Caleb Clarke wouldn't have done his selection chances any harm, because you can see how dangerous he can be. He's committed himself to the physical parts of the game, done it really well. He's had a really strong season. So if you're going to put your hand up, this is the place to do it.
I don't think they'll be putting a line through too many players. You know, you look at the Chiefs, I mean, it's just hard to shine when so much of what you've had to do has been on the back foot. Finau grabs it at the front of the line out. Had to wait for the pass.
Okay, open up.
Wrestled to the ground by Akira Ioane, who's been outstanding. Jacobson.
Don't touch him.
Finau waiting for it, but they switch it away to the right. McKenzie, nice ball on the inside. Leonard Brown, oh, that's brilliant. Well, it's taken 65 minutes for their attack to really ignite. But the result is a stunning try to Simon Parker.
And this is what they can do, get in front football. Really nice sweep play from Damian McKenzie. Great shot here. Anton Leonard-Brown back on that inside, but the offload here for Simon Parker. Outstanding try.
Yeah, beautifully done, beautifully executed. One of the few times in the right part of the field, and Leonard-Brown, he's not stopped trying. Parker's been good for them all season. They can take some confidence that they've scored a try in the final. They haven't stopped fighting. It may be clearly too little too late, but that is what they are capable of when they get their execution right.
Well, it seems a very long time ago that he landed that penalty. What can smile about tonight? Can he land the conversion? Yes, he can. 34-10 the score at Eden Park. Finally some reward for the Chiefs and their faithful fans.
So good, this decision here. He sucks in a couple of players, probably three actually, Anton Leonard-Brown.
There's the trophy. 13 minutes still to play here at Eden Park. McKenzie now. Work it wide. Here's Daniel Warner taken close to the touchline, over the touchline. AJ Lamb again on defence this time.
Let that go.
It was good work, wasn't it? And yeah, they're a little bit lateral there. It was the hit from Lamb.
Just keep the boys with you, yeah?
Fight to stay up. Look at that, hip until out.
Hang on, come up, guys.
Riccatelli still out there. Certainly if there's some injury doubts, he's one who might have put up his hand for All Black inclusion.
That's down by blue.
Chuck driving through the middle.
That's down by blue, guys. Stay there.
Coming for Funaki. Ioane yet again on the carry. Riccatelli again. The hunger to get ball in hand on these big Blues forwards. Tuipulotu. Now the ball has been dropped.
That's advantage over.
McKenzie runs. Well, could open up here again for the Chiefs. Narawa tried to drop it up on the inside for Nanai Seturo. He was reaching for it, hit the fingertips, bounces away.
Yeah, well, they are trying, aren't they? Never say die. Go wide. Narawa, you can see what he was trying to do, that flick back in on that inside here, just to drag some players.
Just their decision-making defensively. You just talked about Lamb, the work he did there. Just that work on the inside, and Rieko Ioane using his speed beautifully, understanding how to push to the sideline, buy himself some time, get across. Really nicely done. And there's a replacement being made, and Riccatelli, and he made the move from Wellington to get an opportunity from the Hurricanes, and he's made every poster winner here at the Blues. And Kurt Eklund goes on, who's been through a lot of hardship with this Blues team, who's done a great job for them as a replacement player. Every time he's gone on, he's fronted, and he's going to earn his last 11 minutes this season with this team up front.
Well, yesterday was the shortest day of the year in Aotearoa. I reckon tonight, some of the people here, some of these players, some of the fans, I think tonight might be the longest night.
Good until now. All right, let's sort it out, please. Do it again.
Celebration. Some lines have already started.
Just keep your space, okay? Keep your space, please. Nice and steady. Keep your balance.
You can see Patrick Tuipulotu, a bit of strapping around that right leg, but well, what a proud moment for him.
Almost allowing himself to smile, TJ.
Yep. Crouch! We'll have to get an update on Stern Vern fairly soon, I think.
Set! Steady! Okay, use it!
Well, once again, the Blues trying to win a penalty. The Chiefs have really stood their ground at scrum time tonight. Clarke, another impressive carry from him. And now busting through the middle, Ioane, ball knocked away. It's been knocked back by the Chiefs. Nanai Seturo has it. Quite a swarm through and grab it was Funaki, but it's there for Xavier Rowe. McKenzie, Leonard Brown, Narawa accelerating. Oh, got a nice ball away to Sanarivi, but it's gone into touch. Just couldn't quite hang on to it.
It's just no arguing really with the way they carry. I mean, they can afford to do this, can't they? An offload, desperation there from Finau.
One of the extraordinary things, as we see the end of it here, of this season, that Rieko Ioane has not scored a try, sitting on 49 for his career, but you can't argue with how effective he's been in this game, fellas.
9 minutes.
He has, hasn't he? Just really solid. Another one, another big leader for the Blues. Look at that, carries, meters gained some defenders, but they've been defenders that he's beaten at crucial moments too. So they've really stepped up alongside his captain, Patrick Tuipulotu.
Well, there's the coaching staff and that team of people, and Vern Cott is still going to work here. Like, he sees the job's not done. Look, it's comfortable. They're going to win this title, but he wants to finish this in the campaign, and that's old school. There's notes on the piece of paper and getting ready to shut it down maybe, but look, I think there's some great work. Craig McGrath, the coach on his right-hand side there, defensive work that they've done throughout the course of the season. For years, Mills, it was about what they had in their back line. Well, this year it's been about numbers 1 through 8 and how they've gone to work defensively, their set piece, the penalties they've earned from scrum time, the defence, their goal line defence, everything championship sides deliver.
100% agree. Real backbone about their game and the game plan they've gone about here. I mean, it's been tough. Good carries. Not a sort of razzle that you sort of seen, but they've shown a couple of times that they can do that. Then they've gone back to this game. Real control.
Okay, time back on.
Auckland. Oh, another good take from Tuipulotu. Akira Ioane again. Funaki takes it away to the short side. Lamb going straight over the top of Xavier Rowe. Did well to Holter. Fusitua. Choke. Well, they're getting close to the line again. Derry. One of the scorers last week in the win over the Brumbies. Choke sees the line. Goes hard for it. Not quite there. Funaki glances away to his right. Auckland is there. Jacobson stops him. They go again. Lamb try. Boy, he deserves that. AJ Lamb puts another cherry on the cake.
Oh, I should be happy with that. AJ Lamb has worked really hard. Great carries. Solid on defence as well, and as they gravitate towards that ruck as well, he's going to have a piece of it too. He wants some 5-pointer.
Indicative of the season, they got themselves in close. You imagine how much work they've done throughout the course of the year at training, just rolling up their sleeves. It sounds like a broken record, but it's been good enough to win them a title.
Well, the number of tries that backs have scored from just getting involved with the forwards at close range. Clarke's done it, Tilia's done it, and now AJ Lamb's done it.
And if you'd asked me before the game, when the conditions started to deteriorate, whether or not a team could accumulate 39 points, I would have been very surprised, but how methodical and disciplined and accurate they've been has been impressive.
Well, Plummer, if you ever wanted a night where you didn't miss, this is it. Flags go up again, 7 out of 7. AJ Lamb's try converted, the unerring boot of Harry Plummer, one of the unsung heroes of this Blues team. What a year he has had, and now it's 41-10. Berry, one of those players who's come on when needed, started when needed, and done a job. Funaki bangs a high one, taken by Eteni. Nanai Situro just hasn't been able to get into the game. The offload, it's a bit loose. McKenzie has to go back, trying to run around Ioane. Narawa can't get past Sam Darry. Now McKenzie gets a nice ball away to Quinn Tuipulotu.
Still in, no, still in.
Rona goes in to play halfback. O'Neill gets the pass away, kick out to the wing, into the buckets of Narawa. Well, he's looked good at times. Well, that one though, rebounding away into touch. Happened there to Caleb Clarke, just clutching at the ribs.
Rico. Do you want a line out or a scrum?
A smothering tackle made there by Rico Ioane. If you're wondering about the margin, 41-10. I almost hate to bring it up as John Hart looks on.
Back inside your half.
The first Chiefs final in South Africa against the Bulls. Mills,
I don't think there's any need to bring that up, is there, TJ?
You just got to kiss those knees off the ground again.
that was a bigger margin than this, that's all I'm saying. That was a night in which the Chiefs struck an absolutely rampant, unstoppable bullseye. Similar here. Clarke goes off, Jeff.
Yeah, look, Bryce Heem goes on as a replacement. I don't think it was for Clarke originally, but something's just happened. He feels a little bit uncomfortable, but he's had a fantastic night. 3 tries, industrious, finished well. And he'll be happy with all of his work on a night that's been all the Blues.
Into the last 4 minutes of the final. Fulnaki sends it away to Lamb. They're quite outstanding and at times almost unstoppable. Carting the ball through traffic time and time again. Another advantage. Angus Taravell, 150th. Played a lot of them for the Chiefs. Oh, now breaking through the middle with his first touch is Bryce Heem. There was a lovely pass from Ioane. Referee plays advantage, little kick into the corner, and it's another penalty.
I had defence on the outside there.
Yeah, deliberate knock on.
Okay, so 14 Blacks stuck a hand out. Deliberate knock forward.
And Moni Nada with the man penalised.
Not necessarily a
Just mounting pressure. AJ Lamb initially with the bust. Keeps pumping. Bit of leg drive in his game. A beautiful ball from Rieko Ioane to Bryce Heem, who punched that hole. And then I think it was Narawa who came out of line, put his hand out offside as well.
Okay.
Bryce Heem, having made it back from injury to play off the bench. Standing ovation for Akira Ioane. He's had a massive part to play in this victory. Gary tried to knock it down.
Knock it in the air. Scrum back ball.
Off to Japan. But what a way to Markula. There you go.
There it is. He thinks he's got it in the bag. It's 41-10. Vern Cotter. And all the coaching staff, they've earned this.
Mark it down. 90 seconds from the end of the season. We get a smile from the face of Vern Cotter. And what a job he has done.
Crouch.
He has done something with this Blues team that not many people thought would be possible.
Stay on, 20.
It's just the way they've played. The Chiefs will keep trying to have at least the last word. But he's turned them into a team that's disciplined, that's ruthless, not making the silly defensive errors, the penalties that have plagued them over the years.
Roll 18 Blue.
2003, they won their last title. You think about the disappointments, the years where they simply have not lived up to expectation. That's all changed. They did win, of course, a truncated title during COVID, but this one's going to mean an awful lot.
Might come to the front here, Murph.
Crowd on their feet at Eden Park.
Hey guys, number up please, they got 5. Thank you.
You can hardly hear the siren for the crowd noise. Finau brings it down into the red now. McKenzie tries a little kick through. They keep trying. Hacked away into touch. And that's it. 21 years of waiting come to an end. This one belongs to the Blues.